My name is Zoe Strimpel and I've just written a book called What the Hell Is He Thinking? The inspiration for this book came from something I'm sure a lot of you women will relate to, which is sitting around hour after hour with your girlfriends, drinking bottles and bottles of wine or cocktails and trying to figure out what the hell the guys in your life are doing and why they're doing it. I thought I'd just use the gift of language and actually ask men to explain themselves. So one of the questions I had to ask is, how important is it to be sexually experienced when you're sleeping with a guy?
If she's inexperienced, it won't make me think she's unattractive or there's probably something wrong with her. It's just more of a challenge.
Inexperienced and virginal.
I'm fairly fumbling and bumbling myself. I don't really mind if they fumble and bumble either.
Too much know-how, it can sort of freak you out a little bit.
But I think at some way you want some kind of experience.
It's good when they sort of know their way around. I mean, you don't want to be... The less they know, the more shy they'll be, as it were.
How many guys can you admit to having slept with in the past?
Between 8 and 10, yeah.
10's probably my limit. For a relationship, it's probably 10.
Within reason, if it was like 400 Russian sailors one night, then maybe I'd be a bit like, oh, blimey.
A nice friendly figure would be between 3 and 8.
8 and 10, that's good. Maybe 10 is better, because the time you get there, she's familiar with the equipment.
If it's like thousands, and then obviously...
If it's more than me, it makes me feel like I missed out a little bit. If you've been, if you've been with 50 men, why haven't I been with 50 women?
Does a guy judge you if you sleep with him on the first date?
I judge her well, yes.
In this modern age, that does tend to happen, so no, I wouldn't really worry about that.
Yeah, I think if it feels right, then enjoy it, you know?
If you have an affinity with them, it goes really well, and you can see that's where the night was leading, then it's absolutely fine. But if the night went really badly, and you knew it was bad, you both knew that there's probably not a future in it, but then she still decided to, you probably have second thoughts about what kind of girl she was.
In terms of the long term, where is it going and all that, I think I wouldn't rule anything out.
How do guys show girls that they are thinking of us as a potential girlfriend rather than as a person to have a fling with or a booty call?
Yeah, you got to put in time outside of the bedroom for this one. Also, after the act as well, so it's kind of on either side. It's like the bread. If you think of the sex as the meat, the ham in the middle, you've got to be working the bread. You want to be getting rid of that white bread, you want to go for the whole meal, seeded batch.
You'd want to make them feel kind of special. You want them to feel that they're the only one that you're interested in. And that can be doing things like, I don't know, like making them dinner, taking them out on dates, like spending more time with them.
You need to find a fine line between being an eager little beaver and a little lovesick puppy, and obviously in theory supposedly playing the game of being a bit more of a cool customer.
Easy answer, mixtape.
You know, making a point of meeting her parents, taking her out to some nice places to eat afterwards. We're talking about the other sides, we're talking about cuddling maybe.
Guys don't really feel like cuddling after sex, and I think that's because you get into a bed with a girl and you're sort of feeling this passionate and this horny, and then you sort of start, messing around, and you have sex, and then you come, and then it comes all the way down. And I think you end up really high. You hit a peak and you come all the way down, but you actually finish off lower than you were when you actually got into bed in the first place.
It's like the 3rd month, I think like 3 months on, and she's thinking, all right, I at least want to know it's going somewhere. So you say, ooh, why don't we, if she invites you to a wedding or something, you say, oh sure, I'll come along, that's fine. Or you invite her over to something to meet some of your friends or family. Then she knows it's something beyond just the two of you. I think it's once you invite other people in, I think that makes a difference.
What do guys consider absolutely essential grooming when dating or sleeping with a girl?
I know, the girl's got to be clean. She's got to be smelling of roses everywhere.
Essential is cleanliness. Basically, don't smell bad. Don't have matted hair. Nails should be clean.
Just clean. Yeah, just clean, there you go.
Clean, shiny hair, lovely nails, silky smooth legs.
I suppose a degree of femininity is always nice, but then not too far that way into like hideous loads of makeup and all that kind of stuff. I guess I don't really like that, I would say.
Long hair, if you're into that kind of thing, but generally as a rule, keep it sorted out below.
You don't want her to look like she's giving birth to Bob Marley, but also...
I'm quite flexible between Hollywood and Brazilian, almost like a Hazilian. I'm happy to go somewhere down the middle.
What constitutes a girl that's bad in bed?
The girl is like stiff as a board, scared, and shy, quiet, and just kind of maybe just like gives like a whimper every so often to know like she's there and alive. That's not good sex.
I don't think shyness is too bad. I think that's fine. I think maybe perhaps the other end of the scale, like aggressive shouting and like punching in the face or something like that.
Teethy blowjobs, anything to do with my arse, toys. Yeah, I think God gave us what is necessary, as it were.
What is the biggest thing a girl can do to turn guys off?
Why would someone going on a date wear a polo neck? It's the only item of clothes that exists that covers as much of the body as possible.
We're on a date and they'll talk about the future all the time and what they want in the future and this, that and the other. I'm like, let's just enjoy life.
You're having a conversation and say, oh, so what do you like? And every single thing that you say they agree with, and you can sort of see contradictions in their beliefs, and you can just tell that they're just not themselves.
The constant calling and texting can sometimes be a little bit overpowering, and one of the worst things is trying to add you on Facebook and all her friends want to add you on Facebook as well.
Rudeness, or if they were like mean to other people, or say we were at a bar and they were impolite or rude or nasty to someone, I wouldn't like that.
Once I was with a girl and she said to me, I don't like to hold hands. I thought, thank you very much, because you've just given me an insight into all the sort of baggage and you must be carrying, because if you're saying you don't hold hands, that's just the beginning. What men don't want is a head, and if the first sign of any kind of manipulation or complexity, forget it.
I think the one thing I've learned in all this of years of dating is when you meet the person you really like and everything you have learned goes completely out the window.
Read this.